Welcome back to another episode of Shootin with the Scotts.
Hey, y'all.
I am one of your hosts, Miss Cherron Scott, and I am here with my other host.
I'm pretty sure she's married, so Mrs. And, yeah, I'm Peter, the co-host.
Yes.
Peter Scott. That's my last name. That's her last name, because she's married. Mrs., not Miss. Gotta reiterate that. Yeah, what's going on?
Chilling.
So we're getting into the day.
So, we are going to open up with our roses and thorns.
Okay.
I'm really excited to talk about those. I got a really nice rose that just happened, so I'm excited. And then I got a question for you, just to get you talking and thinking. And the last thing, I have seen a good little bit of buzz on the internet about this thing called Bestfriend Dates. So, I want to talk about those and how I feel about those and see how you feel about those and talk a little bit about our relationship and where we have come from.
Saw something on the wall. It distracted me. I had to make sure it wasn't a spider.
Please do so. Yo, when I went to Chipotle today for lunch, it was a spider. I don't know if it was dead. It was brown and dried up, right. So I was like, it might be dead. But I saw it on the papers at the register, and I was like,
that's way too close to my food.
Way too close to my food. I was like, yo, if it's spiders in my shit, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know. And I just thought about all the times that there could be spiders in your food and shit, and you just have no ideas. And I'm just like,
I could go on a tangent about all the other things, but she'd definitely freak out. So I'm gonna just keep it to myself.
I was just like, all right, cool. Don't look at that too long. And just hand me my receipt. Let me get the fuck out of here.
Look, man, there's one thing about paying for food and it's bad. There's another thing about paying for food and there's stuff that don't belong in there. It's a whole other type of anger.
I feel like you have been getting the shit under the stick lately with food that's been bad.
I know we're way off of even our first topic, but I don't eat a lot. There's not a lot of options for me. I'm a very picky eater. There's just things that don't sit right with me. And the things I do eat has just, especially in the area I live, has just the quality.
Yeah.
It's just not where it used to be.
Yeah, what's an example? Go ahead, put them out there.
I don't want to though, because sponsorships. But all right, whatever.
All right.
You don't somebody I don't mind not being sponsored by Popeyes. I used to live in Forestville, Suitland, District Heights area, and all of those Popeyes are tier 1. There ain't many Popeyes there that misses. Chicken is cooked properly. It doesn't taste like it's not done. The skin isn't loose and falling off. The Popeyes up here where I live now, it might as well be a KFC. And KFC chicken is trash.
Wow. You gave it
Big
KFC
trash.
level chicken?
Big trash. And it's just every time. And it's 2 minutes down the road. It's one of the closest places to eat at, and it's just consistently trash.
It's real bad.
I can't.
And I feel bad, but it's nothing I could do about it.
It's not
before therapy, I used to really be in my feelings and why are you not why are you so upset, but just what can I do to make you feel better? You shouldn't be upset. And then I would feel bad and feel like he was upset with me. But again, therapy. Thank you. I don't feel that bad. I just oh dang, that really sucks. And then go on about my food.
Damn.
I don't. That's rough, buddy. So.
And it's not one thing is good or one thing their fries are cold and soggy. Their biscuit is cold and hard, and their Dr. Pepper is watered down.
A hot mess. Or a cold mess.
And then, I came up here and I found Hip Hop Fish and Chicken. That was good for, a month.
A month?
I'm exaggerating.
I was going to say, I feel
it was good for a little while, and then it wasn't. Consistently.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Dang. But
it's all right, he's a regular now. We can go back to how we usually make our food.
Hilarious. Man. Yeah.
So roses and thorns.
Yes. And not your food. You want to go first?
No, you can go first.
Okay. So my... Oh, dang. All right. So my thorn... I'm going to do a thorn first because I can't really think of one.
Right.
There was something definitely that just like grind my gears.
That's like you say, if you ain't got a thorn, you got two roses.
Okay. First rose is we had a doctor's appointment today to see our little baby.
Yeah.
I
Big head.
Man, it's so weird because like I was telling Peter when we was in the car, I was like, I remember going to the doctor and like the doctor would like put the little sonogram thing on and do a little jelly. He'd be like,
try to find it. He'd like, all right, pull your pants out a little bit more. Like, get up in there. It was like, oh, there it is.
It was just like, and he'd be like, oh, you see this little lightweight thing
like
on the
flickering.
screen? I was like,
Nope.
No.
Sure.
But like today when we saw her, she
was out front and center.
Man,
she was there.
And
she
it's like
the thing. Like, get this out my way, man.
No, but really though, like it's no mistaking that it's a whole ass baby, like with hands, fingers, everything. Like he put the little
no pictures, please.
He put the thing on my belly, and he was like, "Oh, there she is," and then she immediately turned over and put her hand out, and I was like, "Yo, like
trying to sleep, son. What you doing?"
It was hilarious. But that is definitely my rose. Like, stuff like that, like, and I text my sister all the time, but stuff like that, I really just be, like, amazed at, like, what my body is doing, and, like...
Growing a whole person.
Like, and then it's just, like, and I was talking to her last night, I was like, yo, like, there wasn't anybody there at one point. Like, it was just my normal organs and shit. Yo. Like, and then overnight, it's like, oh, well, there's a little baby. Like,
to a whole big-headed skeletal baby.
Gosh.
With hands and fingers and toes.
Yeah, and heart and lungs and a whole face. Like, I had to see her face a little bit. I was just like...
Until she covered it. I was like,
No, right?
I'm a celebrity.
So that was definitely the rose. Another rose from this week.
Come on, you can do it.
I know. I'm trying to reflect on the week. No one like pop out and say something that you did. An anticipatory rose, I'll say, is going to brunch with my mother and some members of my family this weekend.
Ladies have been hanging out a lot lately.
Right? And it's like, so my mom came up here for I ended up having 2 doctor's appointments the same day. But she came up here for a couple doctor's appointments, like a week or 2. Shit, it's been a long time ago. It was a while ago. Maybe like a month or so ago.
Like a month.
And I feel like we live a good, 30, 45 minutes away from majority
Her
of our
mother,
family.
Specifically, probably a good 45, 50 minutes.
Yeah. But I feel like ever since she came up here for the doctor's appointment, she been like, this drive ain't even that bad. And she was like, all right, I'll drop you off here, and I'll drop you off there, and we can go do this together. And I was like, all right.
I'm like, hey, look, Ma, do you. I don't like driving, so go for it. Have fun.
All right, cool. So yeah, so we're supposed to be getting brunch together on Sunday, and she was like, at first I was like, nah, Peter got to go to church, and I don't want him to be sitting around waiting for me, all this other stuff. And she was like, I'll take you home so you can go to brunch with us. I was like, all right, Mom.
I ain't mad at you. Do you, shorty?
I was like, all right, cool. So I am looking forward to that and just spending time with them.
Okay, that's cool.
Right?
That's good. Yeah, I've been spending a lot of time together. I ain't mad at y'all. Have fun. My family don't get together like that. He's like, are you okay? Cool. All right, that's all I need to know. My brother had surgery one time. I went to see him. I was like, you good? All right, I'm going to leave now. Cool.
Oh, my gosh.
Just had to show you my face. Make sure you're all right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He was struggling, though.
That day.
He was struggling.
He is looking
a lot different.
Like, I really don't. Sometimes if I ain't know he was my brother, I'm like, my brother? What happened?
My thing is, your brother been a thickums for like
his whole life. You should see baby pictures of that boy.
So I'm just like, what? What's gonna happen when we get a skinny one? Like,
I'm not even that skinny anymore, to be honest. But I'm the smallest one in my. Well, honestly, my dad now takes these 3-hour walks. He's smaller than me now, but I used to be, and he's about to get where I am. I'm like, look at you.
So it's just like, what are you gonna do? Your brother's not gonna know how to act.
Man, my brother, his wife not gonna be like, yeah, this is my man. Look at him.
I would say that part.
Brett ain't gonna know how to act. Look, man. Oh man. I have a thorn, but it's not really worth nothing. So I got 2 roses.
Talk about it.
I'm back on the sobriety journey again.
Mm-hmm. Just for another
few months, 4 or 5 months, yeah. Mm. So that's really like I said, it ain't nothing special. My roses, Black Panther expansion came out on Avenger. That joint, was great.
I was say, I hope some of y'all got to see his gameplay yesterday.
It's on YouTube. It's on our channel. Go watch it. It's 4 hours 45 minutes long. Did the whole thing in one. Like, I was surprised it was that long. Like, I was sitting here, I was looking at him like, oh, still another mission. Okay, we're not done yet. We ain't at the final boss. Okay, that's nice. All right.
I was like, how many times did you think you approached the final boss and it was like, and another thing?
At least twice. At least twice. And it was like, nope, you got another mission to do. Oh, okay, cool. But yeah, it was great. Voice cast was awesome. Like, some surprise endings was great. Don't want to spoil it much for you guys. You can go watch it or you can go play it yourselves. Add me on the PlayStation Network, Gamer for Hire. We can get on there together. My second rose. Second time I had Wagyu.
Yeah. How was it?
It was awesome.
Just as great as the first time around?
Just as great as the first time around. I understand the hype. I'm going to have to cancel my subscription box just because...
It's expensive.
I don't got no more discounts.
It's expensive.
The first time was like, oh, you're a first time member. Here you go. The second time was like, oh, we're having a meat special right now. Here you go. And now it's like, no, full price. And I'm like, nah, okay. This last time until the next special.
I was about to say, can you, I saw on the little card that they wrote out for you, and it was like, refer people to get free meat. And I was like, okay, but who are we going to refer that's going to pay this
much money? If you want this referral, drop down in the comments. I'll send it to you, but you got to say I referred you. So, yeah, that was great, man. It doesn't need a lot of stuff. A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper.
Literally a little bit of salt and pepper.
It was awesome. Had it with some Maker's Mark. It didn't really pair well. Pair well.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad.
But it was still good.
I was going to say, isn't Maker's Mark like a little bit of a sweeter bourbon?
Yeah, it's definitely. I was surprised, but yeah, it's sweet. Yeah. I don't know what would pair well with it.
Like I said, red wine.
Probs.
But
I don't really know expensive brands to say offhand. But yeah, that's about it for me.
Okay.
Black Panther and some good ass steak.
Yeah.
It was great.
You're looking forward to in the next week or so?
Nah.
I would say I feel like everybody's starting to get those like last vacations in before it starts to get cold.
But that's the thing. You have to take these long vacations in the summer because the summer don't have a lot of holidays. But then you get to the fall and winter and like you got holidays
every 2 weeks. You got a day off.
And I'm just like, cool. That's life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about it.
Okay.
Looking forward to getting paid on Friday. That's always good.
Yes. So, I remember what my thorn was.
Ah, okay.
We are going to a fashion show September 11th. And I am...
get fucked up. She is definitely designated driver.
Gosh. And I am grateful that you gave me some inspiration for like the type of outfit you want, look you're going for. However, because it is out of like the usual stuff that we wear, I am struggling to find a place to find you clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I
was like, I don't know where to go.
We
like,
ain't gonna be able to shop online. We gotta go out, either like Burlington or some other place.
I was like, we gonna have to go to like Annapolis Mall and like actually
around,
go to stores.
Actually shop. Go up to Arundel Mills, see what they got. Yeah.
So I was like, I texted my sister. I was like, where do I find clothes? And she was like, girl, I don't know. Like, it's like, shit. Like,
I have to ask Joe, see where he shop.
Right?
But
like,
Joe. Well, it might be okay because Joe is tall.
Yeah.
So they might sell big clothes.
As much as tall clothes.
Right. Wherever he shop.
So
I'll talk to Joe.
Excuse me. But that's definitely my challenge for right now. Trying to put together your outfit. I got like 6 different options. I'm like, all right, let me just go ahead and order all my stuff. But like, for you, I am struggling.
I don't really got like 2 choices. Like, something around those. It'll be fine.
Yes, I know. But like I said, I have no idea where to find it.
That's why I gave it to you. I was looking for like a good day. I was like, yeah, this is too much. Like, I don't shop for clothes. If it ain't got a comic design or something on it, I don't want it.
I don't like.
This is the first time I'm like, all right, I'm out, going out, support my dude Hollywood, and like.
I was saying it's just a nice little event, right? Yeah. Like get to show up.
It's a fashion show. I can't go there to a fashion show
with jeans and a t-shirt. So yes, that is my thorn.
Man, I could. I make busted look good.
You make anything look good.
Anyway.
So, I have a question for you. And I just want to see where your mind's at, pick your brain a little bit. When you die,
okay.
Close your eyes, you dead, you open them. And when you open your eyes, you see a little, switchboard and it has 3 buttons. Restart, next level, or spectate. Which one would you pick and why?
Ah, man. Restart.
Next level.
Any caveats with any of these? Like, restart and you know everything from your past life, or you forget everything from your past life, or you can't remember specifics. Mm-hmm. What were the other ones?
Next level.
Next level. Like, what is next level? Is it reincarnation? Is it coming back as a different gender or race, or a different time period? Because I have a big belief that time goes in a circle.
Yes.
So
reincarnation isn't necessarily linear. You can be reincarnated.
Right. You can be reincarnated back in 1918 or reincarnated in 2058. Like,
I think that would be more so the restart.
That's the restart?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
I think so.
I see restart as just your life that you have currently lived. You get to restart that.
Okay. So, and that's why I wanted to talk about it, because I was like, I don't really know too many caveats or how we could do this.
And the last one was Spectate. Okay.
So
spectating life in general, and if it's spectating life in general, can I interact? Is it like being a ghost?
So spectate, you can't interact, but you could just watch anything and everything that's going on and hang out in the shadows.
That's boring. That's boring.
With restart, see, I don't want to. I want to say New Game Plus, essentially.
Okay.
So you
so
have
you
your
get all
skills,
your experience, so
right?
You know everything else.
But it's also a little bit harder this time around.
Okay. All right.
So okay,
I get that.
But with your memories and experience, you can't be like, all right, I'm gonna go play the lotto, or I'm gonna go invest in Google. Nah, that's too easy.
That's too easy. Yeah, no. You're living your exact same life. Things may be harder, but you have experience from doing it the first time.
Yes.
Okay, got you. And next level.
Next level. I think next level should be the reincarnation.
Reincarnation.
Either reincarnation, or you move on to whatever your suspected or whatever your preferred afterlife is.
Okay.
And you just cease all contact with everything.
That's a good one. And the last one was what again?
Spectate.
Spectate. Okay, yeah, definitely Spectate. That's boring as hell. Like, why am I just gonna stand there when I can watch a movie?
I mean, it is like watching a movie.
And it gets boring after 3 hours. Like Endgame. No, Harry Potter was long.
Oh my gosh.
And that got boring after
Is that because you were into Harry Potter?
No, I've seen every single Harry Potter movie. I was invested. It was just boring after 2 hours and 45 minutes. Like Endgame was pushing it. Like honestly,
Endgame was pushing it.
Like if it wasn't a continuation of Infinity War, it was pushing it. Like Endgame does not stand alone. I don't know between Restart and Next Level, because as a good God-fearing, believing Christian, Next Level is easy. It's breezy. Like
all right, cool, move on.
Breezy, but now caveats to that. Can I pick my afterlife?
I think that would be the challenge of picking Next Level. You just drop into whatever afterlife, and you don't really get to choose. Okay. So you could go to Valhalla,
and that's my thing.
Go to heaven.
Like if I'm going to Valhalla, like honestly, it'll be either Olympus or Valhalla, because Valhalla, all you doing is fighting, drinking, fucking, and doing it all over again.
Yeah. But would that not get monotonous after a while? Like,
it depends. So there was this Wonder Woman comic that kind of dealt with that.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman got there, she trying to figure out what's going on. She didn't remember her past life or who she was. Now she's in Valhalla. She fights, she's a warrior. She's good at this shit. Right. She died and she do it all over again. But you're also in Valhalla. The gods like to fuck with people. Yes. So you might get a quest or some shit while you're in Valhalla, and you're not necessarily in the monotonous doing it, fighting and having and all of that again. So if I give me a nice little quest, I'll be gone for like maybe a century or two, and then I come back. Like, and
you're like, all right, I'm ready to fight and fuck and drink all over again.
Like if I'm an Olympian god, like it depends on what I'm a god of.
Like, can regular humans become?
Hercules
Olympians?
Did it. Yes,
Hercules
he was a demigod. Yes, but he still was able to become a full-fledged god. Like there was I don't know anybody else. Like,
right? Like I was like, can you use Hercules as an example?
There's been humans that became gods. Like I can't specifically remember the stories, but there was a bunch of people throughout the Heroes of Olympus series that they said started out as either third generation demigod or whatever, or maybe had a drop of god blood in them, and then they became a god later on when they died, or they fulfilled some quest or some shit. So I don't know, man. But there's like, I don't know, even the Egyptian afterlife is kind of sweet. Like, you go before these like 3 little gods of the dead, and they judge where you're gonna go or where you're gonna. As long as I'm not in the hell part, the chattering of teeth, and you just wandering aimlessly for ages, not knowing, then I'll probably do Next Level. But that's just the only caveat if I end up in like whatever version of hell. It's like, damn,
cool
fuck. Can I re-roll my dice?
Hilarious.
Damn. I might have to restart, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, I might restart.
Just deal with hard ass shit all over again.
Well, damn, you do have to live exactly how you live. It's just
you can't change too much. It's just harder.
But see,
you can't change your story.
That's.
You could just like get through the harder shit a little bit quicker because you have experience.
Okay, all right. So if you're not specifically changing your stories, you can get to certain things quicker in life.
Yes.
It's just certain say storylines ended sooner.
More. See, that's the tricky part. Because, like, if you playing, Spider-Man, for example.
Right.
If you playing Spider-Man, you still hit all the same plot points. You still have the exact same story. But because you have the same skills from you playing the first playthrough, they come a lot quicker. Or you get through them a lot quicker. Like, you know exactly which
all
buttons
your
to push.
right?
Yeah.
You get all your gadgets and whatnot.
So it's like...
There's certain things in my life I would have just avoided if I could, and certain things I would have done sooner if I could. So... Because honestly, if it were up to me, I would have went to HBCU. I probably would have stayed in college if I went to a full-on HBCU.
You don't think you would have gotten in more trouble?
I do, but as a whole, everybody there is black and they're in this together. So we're all going to get in trouble together, and we're all going to make sure we get our shit done together.
That is a very good point.
So.
Very good point.
Like, honestly, if it wasn't for James, I probably wouldn't pass a lot of my classes. And I feel like I would have had more friends like that if I went to a HBCU. Like, you look out for each other.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, we're going to go and be ratchet, but there's at least 3 people in that group that's going to be like, all right, let's go. We're going to have the study session before we get ratchet. Like, matter of fact, let's pre-game while we study and then go get ratchet.
I can see that.
So, because that's how it was when I went to, did that science program, math and science program in Howard. It's like, we did stupid crap, but there was like 7 to 8 of us that was like, all right, let's buckle down, get these projects done, because if we don't, our parents are going to have to pay for this shit, and I ain't about to hear from it. And that's just your community. We're all black, we're all here together, we all get this opportunity to succeed as a whole as black people, so we're going to make sure we all be great.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I was like in the out of state dorm in college, but everybody looking out for themselves. It was like, we here far from home at this PWI. I got to make sure my parents' money ain't being wasted. So I don't know. See, I would restart if I could make different choices, or do things sooner than I have. Yeah, you know. So I don't know, man. I don't know. If I can't do that, then I do next level.
Interesting. I feel like, see, me, I'm just like, even if it's a little bit harder or a little bit different, I don't want to relive my life. Like, not to say that I've had a bad life or anything, but it's just like, I already have those experiences. Like, I've already been through all of this. I've already, like, chilled and experienced that. Whereas... I'm stuck between Spectate and Next Level. I feel like Next Level will be a new challenge. Like, I get to try something else, do something else, no matter which type of afterlife I go to. Or Spectate, because, like, I'm a sucker. I just, like, I want to check in on my family and see how everybody's doing. And then, or... but I feel like it'll be amusing to be like, bruh, like, what are you doing?
But there's that. Do you have somebody to spectate with? Because you're spectating by yourself. You're just talking to yourself. Yeah. And I'm like, I'm entertaining, but I get tired of myself after a while. So that's why I wouldn't choose spectating. Because if I can't be a ghost and be like, rah. Hilarious. or like an ancestor who can communicate with my people, be like, hey, stop being stupid.
I was going to say, if a caveat to Spectate is you can, like, visit people in dreams, but you can't, like, interact with the physical realm of things.
Gotcha. Okay, if I could do that, then I'd be the same between Next Level and Spectator. Because, like you said, if I can pop up in somebody's dream and be like, give him guidance, like, oh, I saw Grandpa, or whatever. You know, he said not to do this, that, or the other. Like, it's like, I know it sounds crazy, but I really think we should listen to it.
I really think we should listen and we should do this. Like...
Oh, I saw Grandpa. You say you were cheating on me, and now I got proof. Blah, blah, blah.
Wow.
So it's just like, I don't know, man.
But then I'm also just like, I'm just curious to see where our lineage goes from here. Like not even like next gen, not even like grandkids or like great grandkids. I'm talking like
20 generations gone.
You know, what the heck would they be getting into?
Yeah, I get it.
Like,
or you become a spectator when you're. What is the opposite of the ancestor? Like the future version of yourself, whatever that is. When somebody who's born that looks exactly like you,
yes,
like that person,
like a doppelganger,
type thing, and you could watch that person. I do that. I do that. But like, what version? What is this version of Peter going to get into in 2185?
2185. But then I'm also just like, and this is the dark side of me. I'm also just like, I want to see how the fucking world ends. Like I want to see the apocalypse. I want to see all the ice caps melting. I want to see the fucking sun exploding on itself and burn everything in the solar system and then condense back down into a dwarf star. Like, I want to see that shit. Or a black hole. Like, that shit would be interesting.
The only reason I would want to see the end of the world is because I would want to prove the theory that the end of the world would just be the next universe's Big Bang. Like, the entire universe just implodes, and that just creates a whole other universe with a whole new version of life.
Really?
Like, I want to see if that theory is true. Like, that would be the only reason I would want to spectate until the end of existence.
Until the end of existence.
But yeah, I don't know. I'd probably still do next level, to be honest. Like,
yeah.
It's like, it depends on what my last lucky act was. If it was like a big, like, oh, I'm lucky as shit. This is like the best thing that's ever happened to me. Then maybe not.
I would say
because you gotta even it out.
I would say you won the lottery, had a heart attack, and died. It was like, oh shit.
Like, or like, you find out like you're some lost prince of some African country, but then you die and you end up as a turtle who's stuck on his back for the rest of your life.
Hilarious.
Like,
hilarious.
You gotta even out your luck. So I don't know, man. It depends on. All right, yeah. It depends on my last lucky act, and then I might do next level. If not, then I'm just spectating.
So with next level, would you want to go the reincarnation route or the afterlife route?
See, I see it all as a roll of the dice. Like I said, you get lucky. Like, you might die and become a god or something in the future, or you might die and become a tree, and there are no more trees on the planet. So, poof. You're just the last tree.
He was like, well, this is nice, guys.
I have no tree friends. This is... Whew,
I was going to say, you get a little message on the little screen and be like, back already?
Great.
Hilarious.
I got there, they cut me down.
Damn, that's rough. Well, okay, but that's the thing, though. If you were a tree and you get cut down, do you just, like, cease to live as a tree, or do you live a little bit through paper and being written on and, you know, burned or thrown away?
Because as long as you're not growing, you're not living. Like, take oak trees. Oak trees can grow for centuries.
Yeah.
And centuries and centuries. But you can't replant a piece of paper. You can't take a rocking chair and put it back in the ground and expect leaves to grow.
Yeah.
So, you're dead. You're just there for your looks.
Man, I tell you, if they make me into a tree and then cut me down and use me for paper, I will haunt every single person in our lineage.
None of your ink will work on me.
For the rest of my life. For the rest of my life.
Every time you erase something, it's going to smudge.
Literally. Like, you just got black marks all down your hand for no fucking reason. Like, nothing would stick.
Oh, man, that's funny.
Nothing would stick.
That's like the trend nowadays for dead people is to get them propped up in whatever they like to do the
Hilarious.
most. And so you just get cut down and you're in the chair now. So you're just like, well, this is my life. Oh, please don't fart on me. Please don't. Oh, damn.
Like, use my leaves, you know. Hopefully I could bear fruit, like, do something. But, like, do not cut me down.
Oh, could you imagine being reborn as Poison Ivy and everybody just don't like you?
Like, for no fucking reason?
Like, I'm just doing what I do.
I'm just here.
I'm sorry I made you a little itchy.
No, you literally poisoned me through my skin. Like, Man, that's funny.
My worst nightmare would be to be reborn as a snake. I'm like, fuck! Damn. I ain't got no legs.
Why? Like, would that be the...
Yeah.
Really?
You just... And then you come to, like, well...
I've seen snakes climb trees.
Not every snake, though.
Not every snake, but I've seen snakes climb trees. You might be reborn as a little green tree, little garden snake, and you can't climb shit. Yeah, but then you're just peaceful and live out your life.
Until somebody roll over you with a tractor when they cutting down your forest.
Well.
Man. Yeah, I don't know, man. Next level, probably.
Next level?
Next level, yeah.
I'll say, I think. Final answer.
I think my luck will be pretty good in the afterlife.
See?
It will be like even odd game that Asians play with the dice. And you just, what is it, even odd? And just got to choose what the numbers come out to be.
Dang.
Yeah, next level.
I'm just like I said, I just want to see how the world ends. But like, I don't know if I can spectate by myself for that long.
And that's my thing. That's why I wouldn't spectate. Because if I'm by myself, what if nobody else in the world chooses to spectate? Like, you are literally there by yourself. I feel like that's how Confederate Ghosts are. Like, after a certain, after 1985, everybody was like, nah, send me to heaven. I don't want to come back and haunt people and be a racist ghost.
I feel like Confederate Ghosts are just like constantly yelling at black people. And everybody's like, I don't give a fuck.
Stop voting, damn it! That's my water fountain.
Hilarious.
You cannot get married at my estate.
Hilarious. Man, I don't understand why people get married at plantations. Like,
you gotta change up the memories.
Do you not know what happened here?
You gotta change the rhetoric.
Nah.
Like, this is no longer a plantation. This is
too much
wedding.
It's too much bad juju on the soil. I'm sorry. Like, no.
Oh,
no.
Man.
And then you wonder why your marriage is doomed from the start. She's got shit fucking with you.
And she leave you for a white man.
Only white people can... I did not say that. Okay. So, next and final topic. Friendship dates. So, if you all have not seen this...
don't live by this. Don't. It's a setup. Trust me.
So, essentially, I mean, it's self-explanatory. Two friends of the opposite sex. One takes the other one on a date. You go on a date, you get dressed up, or you don't get dressed up. One person pays, drives, very typical date stuff. Everything except it's not with a romantic interest. It's with your best friend.
Okay. Don't sign up for this. It's a setup.
Why do you say it's a setup?
Because think about it this way. You're with somebody. You have a girlfriend. Mm-hmm. But you also have a female best friend. Mm-hmm. And your female best friend's like, I'm bored. Take me out on a date. Mm-hmm. First red flag. Why we gotta call it a date? Why can't we just go out and have fun?
You are absolutely correct.
Why does it have to be just the two of us? We have a friend group. Mm-hmm. We can get more people to come and hang. Can I bring my wife? No, what? It's a setup.
Yeah, okay.
The bitch had a leg out.
And the one that you saw, I saw a different TikTok like a day later, and it was literally, they was casually dressed. They went to go get some seafood. He paid for everything, opened her door. Yeah. So.
If it's that way, and if it's just seafood, okay. All right. I get that. Okay. I can understand going out with your friend mm-hmm. and having fun. Mm-hmm. Completely, that's okay. There could be no sexual tension involved at all.
Right. It's
the dressing up, the showing curves and assets, the dude flexing, all of this, that crap. Like, it's the $500 little piece of steak dates that is getting to me. Like,
in dimly lit restaurants.
And dimly, by candlelight. Like, no. Yeah. No, y'all gonna go home and fuck.
See, okay. So here's my thing. And again, I saw a TikTok, and it was like, first part of it was the girl who was talking about, you know, when you've been craving seafood, and he takes you out, and he pays for everything, and all this other stuff, and she was just like, hard ass, all this other stuff, but they were best friends.
Where's the
and
hard
then,
ass for?
Hold on. So then it flipped to another person, it was like, it's a setup, like, that ain't gonna be your friend. She was like, my best friend used to take me out on dates, and we just celebrated our 7th year of marriage. Like, and she was like,
hey, she's pregnant.
So, and like that, but that's how I feel about it. I feel like there's a difference between hanging out with your friend.
Yes.
And like, there's no question that you can have friends of the opposite sex. You like, that's not a question at all. It's when you cross that line into the romantic territory. It's no longer platonic friendship.
You called it a date.
Like,
it's a date. And you didn't say play in front of it. Like, and play dates are for children.
I mean, if you come over and we play PlayStation all day,
that ain't a date. No, we gaming. Like, you came over to game. This is not a date. This is not a date. You gonna leave and get your own goddamn food.
Or we could go half on a pizza.
Look, no, honestly. The seafood thing.
Right.
Like you said, they were casual. They went out, get some crab or whatever. As a guy who was raised by a man that had manners and a whole mother in my life who taught you courtesy and all that good jazz, yes, I open doors for anybody. Mm-hmm. I'll hold a door for anybody. If I'm with somebody and it happens to be a female and I have the means to pay for the whole thing, I'm going to pay for the whole thing. Mm-hmm. There's going to be no expectations behind it. There's going to be no concerns about it. Like, we aren't just to the fucking nines. Like, no, like, that's fine. Like you said, it's when you cross that threshold to a whole restaurant by yourselves in suits and dresses and all of that. Like, why can't we just go to Topgolf and have a good time? Mm-hmm. Why can't we go to Dave & Buster's? Like, things that don't scream, let's have sex after this.
I was going to say, but I find that tricky, though. I feel like it's more so the intention behind it. It's not necessarily what you do or how you do it, but the intention behind it. For example, our first date, I was under the guise that we were just two friends hanging out. We were hanging out. It wasn't necessarily a date. We was hanging out. Of course, we went to the movies. And then afterwards, we were going to go to a restaurant, but they were closed. So we ended up getting Arby's. You paid for everything. I quickly found out that it wasn't just two friends hanging out. It was a date.
That is just a simple miscommunication. I had every intention of it being a date. Every intention. But I guess I just didn't iterate that completely.
No. Well, no. But that's the thing. Although it was a miscommunication, no matter what we did, I didn't have on a dress. I wasn't super dressy. I had on tights and like a cool shirt. So it was like, it wasn't necessarily how we were dressed or what we were doing. It was the intention behind it. You intended it as a date, so it was a date. I intended it as us hanging out. Of course, once we rectified that miscommunication, it was a date. Mm-hmm. But it's just like, what is my issue or my feelings behind all of this is that why does it have to be a date? Like, if you are best friends, if you are platonic friends, why does it have to be a date? Like, why? And it's just, I feel like that's just the thing.
I'm a big proponent, whatever the word is. It has
words have meaning.
Words have meanings.
Words have meanings.
Words have. We use specific words to convey specific feelings. Like, you called it a date.
That's romance.
That's romance.
Like,
whether it's your first date or your 8th date, it's romance.
Yes.
You have expectations of getting further in y'all relationship than you are right now. Mm-hmm. And if you're just friends, whether you're best friends or not, if you're just friends, why are we on a date? Mm-hmm. Unless we are trying to progress our relationship past the best friend point. So, it's a trap. Don't sign up for this.
I don't understand why. And I feel like and maybe we need to start talking to some younger people, but I feel like this next generation that's coming up is like, they want all of the perks with none of the labels. They want the dates and romance and court me and buy me flowers and all this other stuff and the sex and like the benefits of it without being romantically tied to someone and like being vulnerable and getting to know them and all this other stuff. It's like, and I understand that nobody wants to get hurt, like duh. But it's the fact that, like, you want all of the rewards without any of the risks. Like, if you want to go on a date, if you want to be in a relationship with somebody, be in a relationship with somebody. Don't dress it up as, oh, it's a best friend date. Like, no, you want a fucking date. Like, just go out. Like,
goofy pictures or not, you're just having fun on a date. So, what I was going to say is, you also got to remember what these kids are growing up watching and seeing on TV. First off, negativity sells. They're not sitting in front of a TV watching The Real Housewives of a Great Home. No. They watching Bad Girls called Real Housewives of Atlanta, like shit with drama and problems and consistent trust issues and broken trust, all of that crap. So all they're thinking is all the world has to offer is fucked up relationships. Like, you got to remember what we've had. My Wife and Kids, George Lopez, like, all of these shows with complete marriages, open and honest communication, raising children, and that's what we strive towards.
Yeah.
Now, they ain't got that no more.
But my thing is, I understand where you're coming from. I think that's, like, a really good point. But my thing is, like, it's just the if you want that, and obviously that's what you're mocking, just go for it. Like, just go for it. Like you think feelings aren't going to get hurt when you like, oh, well, you know, we're in a situationship where nothing's really defined. So it's the intentions. Again, you thinking that, you know, I can go out because we're not in a relationship. I can go out and do whatever with whomever. Mm-hmm. But oh, shorty girl, it's like, oh, you only come to me, you only talk to me, you only doing this. It leaves a lot of room for miscommunication, and you still fucking end up getting hurt. Like,
another issue is the world has become so instant.
Yeah.
So quick and instant gratification. Mm-hmm. So they don't want to go through the hard work and go through the trust issues or go through learning somebody or go through changing who you are to make the relationship easier for the both of you. Like, look, you getting in a relationship or a date or even trying to pursue somebody, you have to understand and come to the table that both of you have lived your whole lives for yourselves.
Yeah.
For lack of a better term, by yourselves. Mm-hmm. Like, you haven't had to change for anybody. Your parents said you shouldn't do this, that, and the other, and you've done it anyway. Or you lost a best friend because you wouldn't change how you act or how you talk about them behind their back. Like, so you move on to a relationship with these set behaviors, and you already think, if I didn't have to change for all the other people, why should I have to change for you? One of the biggest things I hate, and it really is triggering for me, is that I don't have to change for you. I'm not going to change for you. Granted, yes, you don't. You're absolutely right.
But I don't have to put up with you the way you are either.
Put up with this shit. Like, a lot of people say, I'm not going to change for you, I'm going to change for myself. Why would you change for yourself if you're fine the way you are?
Yeah.
Like, you have no reason to change for yourself. You aren't doing nothing to yourself that you don't like.
Right.
So why is it not work? Why would you change for anybody but somebody else?
I agree, but I disagree. So, like, For me, going to therapy is for me, for my issues, for my anxiety, for my depression, for the way that I view the world and how I view myself. That is something I agree, but I disagree because I feel like that's something that I'm doing for myself to heal my past traumas, to heal my shortcomings. However, I agree because it's also like I'm doing this so that I could raise our daughters differently, or I raise our daughter differently, so that I don't have to, carry my drama and my cycles and input them on her unknowingly, like so that I could be aware of those things. So it's like, yes, you can change for yourself, but you can also change for somebody else. But I think the caveat is to be unsatisfied with what's going on. Like, people saying, I don't have to change for you, they are perfectly fine the way they are. They don't really care about how their actions are affecting other people.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
but...
Yeah. And that's an issue. Like, and that's the thing. I think that's why this best friend date thing is... I don't subscribe to it. I don't think anybody should subscribe to it because you're going into it. At least one person in this relationship is going to it with expectations.
Yeah.
The one we saw, whether it's the guy or the girl, you were like, I'm dressing up for this person. I'm doing this for this. I'm looking good for this person. Hopefully I can get something out of it. Whether it's some butt or
just a good night out.
A good night out or progressing our relationship. Or maybe maybe if I put this on, maybe you can see me as your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Or maybe you can see me as your boyfriend if I'm doing this for you.
Yeah.
But somebody's gonna get hurt out of that. Like, it's the whole friends with benefits thing.
Yep.
Somebody's going to catch feelings at some point in this beneficial relationship.
And then it's, are you going to... and feelings still end up getting hurt because even if you're like, okay, one of us caught feelings, we need to break it off. You still hurt because now you lost out on a friend. Both of you are gonna hurt.
One of you lost out on some easy butt, and the other one lost out on a friend. It's even with open marriages and open relationships. At some point, somebody's feelings are gonna get hurt.
But polyamory is a real thing.
Polyamorous relationships are a relationship with specific people in that specific relationship. They're not going... Let's take 3 people. A guy, 2 girls, or a girl and 2 guys, whatever. They are in a relationship with each other. They can't go out of that relationship. That is when you get into the cheating category.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
So... that's what I mean. Like, at some point, somebody's going to get hurt in this. Like, you have an open relationship.
Even if it's not one of the 2 people in the open relationship.
Close your eyes and get in an imagination state.
Okay.
If we are in an open relationship, and you already know your insecurities and what will trigger you,
I wouldn't go into an open relationship. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm being serious.
I mean,
serious.
That's
but like
the
that's
point.
the truth.
That's
like
the
I
point.
wouldn't go into that anyway.
Even if we're in this open relationship, we're going out.
Right.
One, people set rules in these things. But all right, we're in this. How would you feel if I go out and meet somebody that, in your eyes, look better than you? Is that an issue? Would that become an issue? If she looks better than you, maybe there is a slightly better connection. Like, that will be an issue. I know for a fact that will be an issue for me.
Yeah.
Like, I do not have the self-esteem or, the self-esteem to be okay with you being with somebody that looks better than me. Like, no, just marry him. Leave me alone. I'm leaving.
But I think also, I agree. Somebody is always going to get hurt. If it's an open relationship, the two people that are in the open relationship could be perfectly fine with whatever, but the third person who gets their feelings involved, or fourth person or whomever, who gets their feelings involved, and you go on dates with this married person, and you start to develop feelings for them, at the end of the day, you're not going to marry them. Like,
you can't do nothing. This is just a fling.
Or even if your goal is not marriage, like, you can't have a sustainable life with them forever.
It's the whole we just talking debate. Like, are we just talking? What does that mean? Like, why? All right, if we're just talking, then why do we have to go out if we're just talking? Why do I only have to talk to you?
That, like,
that's the issue. Like, yeah, don't sign up for it, man. It's a trap. These people, man or female, whoever signing up for this, they just out to hurt people and to get people caught up. Best friend date. Get out of my face.
I do agree that it's a trap. I feel like it's a trap because, like I said, there are mismatch. One, if you're out with your best friends, you can say we're hanging out as best friends. There doesn't have to be the romanticized date part involved. However, if somebody just has to call it a date, clearly that person has ulterior feelings and motives. Like, words have meanings.
Words have meanings. Or even if somebody pays for the whole thing, pays for the whole dinner, let her pay for parking. Something, man. Like, one person shouldn't have to front the whole bill for this thing, because your best friend might be a guy who says, hey, I just dropped $500 on you. Can you lick my toes at least? Like, if you ain't gonna, like, massage my feet, something.
Some people just genuinely want to pamper folks.
Shit.
And spend money on them.
I don't believe that. Humankind as a whole are selfish people. Just in general. I don't believe somebody just wants to, if they're not your child or a mother or a what reason do you have just to pamper somebody? Like,
to make them feel good.
Okay. And
you making them feel good makes you feel good. Because they deserve it. They worked hard.
Okay. Sure. Right. Believe that if you want.
Gosh.
Believe that if you want. It's just...
What? I was going to say, any last statements before we wrap up this episode?
It's a drop! Nah, that's it. Just... And as a life lesson in general, try to figure out what you want before you go asking people to give you something that you thought you wanted. Like... Or that sounded nice. Let me say that. Figure out what you want before you go asking people for something that sounds nice.
I was going to say, because a friendship date sounds real nice. I could go out and have somebody pay for my dinner.
I ain't got to worry about nothing. I ain't got to put on no airs or performance or try to force a conversation. Like,
friendship date sounds real nice.
Friendship date is a marriage. This is a friendship date. Like, the fuck?
Gosh. All right. Well, that has been another episode of Shootin with the Scotts. We have been the Scotts.
Hey.
Join us next week. I don't know what we're going to talk about yet, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be interesting. When you watch this episode, please leave us a comment. And if you disagree, let's talk about it. Like, I am open to all different types of options.
First off, is it going to be restart, next level, or spectating for you?
Yes.
And then, yes, let me know what you think about this whole friendship date thing. And if you believe it's a trap. Or have you fallen into the trap?
Or do you not think it's a trap and think it's a very nice way for two people to spend time together, and we're just putting too much emphasis on the word date?
That means you're the person that laid the trap.
All right, y'all.
It's been real, y'all.
Bye.